going to just share my own thinking about it, because I can't really relate to any particular scripture. I can pinpoint, it's okay, this scripture said this and that. I'm just going to really present to you how I interpret the whole issue of life after death, or how I see it. Look, the Indic religions say we continue to be reborn again and again. The idea of reincarnation, in the Buddhists call it rebirth, but basically technically the same thing. Something continues to kind of same character is reappearing. Okay. So you got this idea of reincarnation, rebirth in the 4 Indic religions, and you got the idea of 2 life scenario in the Abrahamic religion. And yet the Abrahamic religion, they talk about communicating with the dead. So what is going on actually? What is actually happening? Forget about what they are claiming. What is actually happening? Try and come to terms with it. Try and make sense of it. Let me try and see how I make sense of it. You see, reincarnation, you can't have, there must be one is wrong, both of them can't be right. Okay? Now the early Westerners, the Greek philosophers said, all believed in reincarnation. Plato, Socrates, Aristotle, Pythagoras, they all believed in reincarnation. It was a standard way of thinking. Reincarnation was embedded in the West. It is only when the Christian doctrine was formulated through these doctrines and dogmas in the 4th century after Christ. They had this Council of Nicaea where they sat down and said, okay, now let's sort out the Christian doctrines and dogmas. Here, in order, this is my interpretation, I may be shot down on this. Well, I hope not. I want to continue. Don't reincarnate, not yet. But this is this idea that in order to make people religious, let us put the fear of God in them. Let's frighten the hell out of them, that's the right word. So let's invent a hell. So tell them, you behave well, and when you die, you go to heaven. You are misbehaving, horrible man, going straight to hell for eternity. I am suggesting, they are going to shoot me down at the Canterbury Christ Church University, that this is an invention in order to focus the mind of the devotee to becoming truly religious. It was a ploy used to make people religious and can't risk it. They can't sit on the fence in case they go to the wrong place. So it is a ploy. According to me, it's a ploy. Reincarnation is reality. This is my interpretation. People can say, we don't agree. Good for you. Don't agree, because that's Vivekananda said, don't agree. If it doesn't make sense to you, don't you dare agree, because you are in trouble. Think for yourself. So if reincarnation is for real, everybody is reincarnated, but this idea is a ploy. Now what about these Abrahamic people who are trying to communicate with their dead? What is going on actually? The theory of reincarnation also says that it is not that you are reborn instantly. The moment you die, you don't find another fetus to kind of enter into. You don't get it instantaneously. There is a period of rest, if you like, between 2 lives. And how does this period of rest occur? And people say, where is it? Where do they rest? Because the body is dead. It stopped acting. Where is he? Where are you? You see, every night when we go to sleep, we create a universe of our own. When we dream, we create a universe and we live in it. Not only have we created this universe, I am in it too. I create myself in the universe. And I'm messing about in my dreams. Every day, every night, all of us create this metaphysical world in which we inhabit that metaphysical world. We are there, happy or unhappy or normally mixed up, normally in a mess. Just as it's easy it is to produce that dream world and live in it, between one life and another life, I'm just asking you to speculate. I have no such thing. I have not gone through that stage. I don't know. Maybe I've done, but I don't remember. We'll be honest. But between 2 lives, you would create or stay in a state of stupor, where you would create, your mind will conjure up a world of its own. You say, where? Just as the dream world doesn't have a location, this is a metaphysical entity, doesn't have a location. You create a world of your own and you inhabit it. Now, this is where I'm really stretching your imagination. The Hindus say, this is the claim of the Hindus, that there are certain dream worlds that you create which you share with other human beings who have passed away, especially your dead relatives. And we call this land Pitrulok. That means that the person who we love who passed away is in that dream world, and he is she is very keen that we join them and say, hello, how are you? Nice to meet you again. And oh, I love you. And have fun. So we share this kind of a dream world with people who have passed away. And we share the dream. It's a stretch of, I'm telling you, stretch your imagination. You see, there is much more in this world in metaphysics than we can ever imagine. It's a very dramatic thing. So you may stay in that state for a short time, not too long. Why not too long? Because it is fuzzy. It is not real. It is make-believe. And even though you are living with your near and dear ones, they get boring after some time. When you are living with the living ones, they get boring at some stage. So those ones, even though you love your mommy and daddy, how many times will you hug? What will you do afterwards? So you get bored with it and you start departing. Sometimes you all depart together and reborn in the same family again. This is what reincarnation shows. But whatever happens. Now when these Christian people are trying to communicate with the dead, this is where they are linking up. They are in a way, and to what extent is it true or not, I don't know. I'm just suggesting to you. So when they are saying, okay, they are not communicating with somebody who's already gone to heaven or hell because they have not reached there. That only happens after the day of judgment, which is not there yet. So they are still in a state of suspended animation, suspended state. So here, this person maybe is able to communicate with that. Is it good or bad? In the story of Ramakrishna, we came across one of the disciples of Ramakrishna called Swami Yoganand. This Yogesh was used as a medium to communicate with the dead. And he went to Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna said, my boy, come here. You see, there are so many living people that you can talk to. Why do you want to talk to the dead people? Give it up. Because if you continue to think about dead people, you are all going to be half dead here. While you are alive, you'll be feeling like a dead person. Why do you want to do that, my boy? Give it up. So this is how I would explain or reconcile that these Christians are, or not Christians, even Hindus can try and communicate with their dead. But is it a good idea? I would say not a good idea. Let them be, leave them, and you carry on. Interact with the living. Why do you want to interact with they are lovely people, but let them be, let them go away. Don't continue to pull them in. What would you do? See, here is a life, full of life, real human beings. Interact, have fun. You are alive, they are alive. You are interacting here, not in the hereafter.
Free e-learning course in Hinduism. To register, please visit www.hindu-academy.com.
Talks on Hinduism. Sponsored by People Care. Encouraging caring for the elderly in their own homes. For more information, please visit peoplecare.com.